Shell said that he feels like he's just scratching the surface. Getting 100 yards was nice.
Who's that? Shell?
Shell. That
there you go, Bob.
Keep talking about that and what you've seen out of him. And I mean, is that what you expect from him on a weekly basis?
I mean, we expect, again, I mean, we're going to take what the defense gives us. So, I mean, are we going to hand it to him 20-something times a game? Heck, I don't know, man. You never know until the game unfolds. But we wanted to get him out in space a little more. And so we did a few things with the run game that we thought would help us create some more seams, bigger seams for him to run through. And so, obviously, getting him in the open space, not only him, but all the running backs with a little more, we were stressing getting some explosive plays out of those guys. We were running the ball efficiently, we just wasn't getting the chunks that we wanted. So last week, even though they stacked the box on us, we felt like we had a pretty good scheme as far as getting those guys onto safeties and on the corners at times. And so then you got to just make somebody miss, run them over and make them miss.
You're probably a little biased on this question, but with Trickett's play, does he deserve to be in the top 5, top 3 best quarterbacks in the Big 12 right now?
In the Big 12?
Yeah.
I mean, I would guess so. I would think so. I thought he was going to ask me in the nation.
How about in the nation? You think he's one of the top 3 in the country?
Yeah. I mean, if you look at it on paper, I mean, he's performing at a pretty high level.
Statistically, he's number 1 in the Big 12.
What else can you look at?
Should be a Heisman candidate?
Oh, I don't know. That's
I know last week, talking to a few guys, they were talking about how what you guys are doing on the outside with Mario and Kevin eventually was going to open up the run game. You said Kansas still stacked the box, trying to stop the run. Do you feel
that's just the nature of their defense.
Yeah. Do you feel like the run game is opening things up for you guys on the outside?
I definitely think so. I mean, that's really who we are right now. I mean, we haven't, and I think this is an extreme positive. We haven't shied away from running the ball versus add one box, or it doesn't have to be an extremely perfect look. And we've been effective running the ball. It's probably got a lot to do with who we are up front. I think we're pretty good with those front 5, and so we haven't shied away from that. I think Cody Clay brings an element to tight end and fullback play. Not that Eli doesn't; both of those guys do. That allow us to take care of some edges at times and running in the bad fronts. And so, with that being said, if you're effective running it in those kind of fronts, they have to bring some people down to stop it. And so that obviously that frees up some coverage on the outside with the guys that can run. So
2 offensive touchdowns last week. Obviously, would have liked to have more. Are you guys built for winning a shootout? I mean, do you feel like you guys can or are in position to turn those field goals? And I mean, how close are you to having that breakout
the
game?
2 field goals at the beginning of the game were drop balls. I mean, you catch those balls. I mean, I can't control catching the ball or not catching the ball.
I'm not saying it's you. I'm just. Are you guys poised? Are you right there? Do you feel like?
Well, put it this way. I mean, your frustration and my frustration is the same as far as last week. But if we catch one of those damn balls, we're not even talking about that, because then it's 40-3 or 40-7 or 40-0. And so, I think your perception is skewed by probably 3 plays in the game. If you execute those 3 plays, then we're not even talking about it, which are pretty simple executed plays.